Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome in to 2023 Larry Bishop Memorial Tournament from the Ken Nickel Arena here in Beaumont. Day 3 action underway in a matter of seconds. There we go, ball down between games number 3 for both the host Beaumont Outlaws and the East Division champions, the Winnipeg Blizzard. Early whistle here. We'll see a turnover and transition back to the way. It's going to be Outlaws ball. Starting up with it here, number 11, Hunter Sika. Sorry for the delay, just getting a few last details of the broadcast figured out. We had a few technical issues getting going this morning, but we're ready to rock and roll now. Just under a minute into day 3 action. Will be Blizzard ball starting off up the far side. Rushing into the Outlaw zone. We'll retreat back, and I'll flip it over here to the near wall. Float into the net, right out front, they score. It was Logan Chablik with the setup. Feathered a great pass right on top of the crease, and that one easily pushed past the Beaumont netminder. An early 1-0 lead for this Blizzard team that has surprised a lot of people so far. 2-0 record through the tournament to this point. Beaumont coming right back, though. That pass into the slot missed. Beaumont working it, throws it up top here to Tompkins. Working the perimeter, looking for a lane in. This Blizzard defense has been pretty staunch thus far. They let up quite a few goals to Edmonton yesterday morning, but not really reflective of how they played overall. In the third period, it got a little bit more wishy-washy, and goaltending wasn't quite as strong, but they locked Edmonton down and then did the same again last night against Calgary. They get one 5-4 that game. Now here's the Blizz setting up in the O-zone. In the middle, that shot on target, turned away by the netminder, and bouncing fast back the other way. A battle for it. That's number 20, Jacob Goudreau for the Outlaws, taking a few extra shots for his trouble matching up with Jackson Kluchuk. Blizz with another possession, working their way over mid-floor. Put it down low right to the slot, and that shot missed. Another great pass inside to Zach LeBerge. That's Jackson Weatherby getting punched into the wall over there. Blizz recover in front of their own net, and they'll start back again over the center floor. Down to the far corner, Ethan Banouk. He'll shift back. Now pitch it over here to De Laurent. Now with it is Angus. Third leading scorer for the Blizz during the regular season, Will Angus. But turnover. And Justice Cutler will flip it over to the far wall and then head off for a change. Dash outside, lane to the net. And he's, waved off, calling it a crease violation. Beaumont thought they were on the board, but the official says no. Quickly transition back again comes Winnipeg. Little backhand flip up into the middle of the floor as LeBurge down into the far corner now. Here to the near point. Cross floor. Pass a little too hot to handle, and LeBurge will have to take a step over the wall to collect it. Now right up top. That shot. Save made. Early shot lead for the Blizzard, 4-1. Now here's Cook. He'll trot in, think about passing, elect to take it in himself. Right into the top of the crease, that shot goes wide. And it'll bounce up out of play, Blizzard ball. As they come, here's Angus. He's got a step on his man, drops it off. The drop pass kind of handcuffed his teammate. I think that was Fielding. He'll throw it off to Kluchuk, and this Blizzard offense will get set up. Here now to Banuk. Banuk and Fielding meet on top of that white sweater to pinch it off and regain the ball. Slung in towards the net as the shot clock expires. It wasn't on target. Banuk thought it might have been, was looking to, or Fielding, excuse me, thought it might have been looking to pounce, but the official says no, it's going to be Outlaws ball. They come back in now. Looking to get their offense kick-started here. Down to the near post. Now stepping back out up the half wall. Justice Cutler. He turned it over. Beaumont, great ball movement here to open up some floor for LeBurge. Here's a couple good chops on the arm. Misfires on the pass in the process. Beaumont recovers, circling behind their own net, now coming up the far wall with a head of speed. It's Ty Cook. Cook, throw it back and head to the bench. Right into the middle. Couldn't quite scoop it, though. It does bounce in on net, however, and the Winnipeg netminder, Cooper Seniak, he'll turn that one away easily. Now Kluchuk has it into Beaumont's zone. Kluchuk, terrific performance yesterday morning against Edmonton. Now he steps right into the middle, shot on, save made. Rebounds there. That one turned aside. Beaumont certainly considered the underdogs, not only in this game, but the tournament overall. They've played their way to a 1-1 record and are not out of it by any stretch. That shot on save Seniak. Now waiting for some reinforcements. It's the Winnipeg player. He'll throw it back to LeBurge now as the offense makes its way onto the floor. LeBurge, he comes hard over the top. That shot will bounce wide and out of play. That pass didn't quite make its intended target initially, but it does find its way up there now. Shifts to the outside, now pitches it into the corner. Off the mark, however, and Greenwood will recover it. Greenwood, that shot missed. Now Blizz recover. Chance for a quick break here. Unable to get to in time was Carter Ellett. Back come the Outlaws. Right into the middle. Another crease violation called on Beaumont, and then a little extra whack behind the net as the Blizz player was recovering the ball on a Winnipeg possession. DeLaurent, Xander DeLaurent, one of two DeLaurent family members on this Winnipeg team. Top here to Angus. Another family name you'll hear a couple different times. Stepped inside, that shot. Crease violation called. Sprinting up the far wall. Outlaws back into offensive position. That shot, that missed. A little sidearm action went to the left-hand side of Seniak. In all alone, here's Banuk. He couldn't handle it, though, and it'll bounce into the corner. He'll look to recover it and wait for some teammates to come join him. Corbin Wiley down there with him in the corner trying to help him out. Now up top to Kluchuk. Kluchuk fakes to his right and goes left. And pass didn't connect. Shot clock will expire here. We're down to 11:23 left in the first period, and Beaumont with a break. That shot off the mark. Recovered, however. Looking for a bit of a backdoor pass. It got there, but quickly closed on by Blue Sweaters. Beaumont up top here to Hobday. Hobday gets pressure, turns it over. Ullett press the issue down into Beaumont territory. Takes a shot in the back. Ball's loose, going to be whistled down. Beaumont shot clock expires. And a few extra jabs thrown there between Hobday and Ullett. Now the Blizz look to get set up. Angus, he'll throw it off to the far point. Over here to the near side. As De La Ronde with it. Pitch it down to Angus. Angus looks for an option. Fake it. A good shot. De La Ronde with a lane to the net. He shoots. Save made. Recovering the rebound, though. The fresh shot clock come the Blizzard. We're here to De La Ronde. Back into the middle. It's LeBears. De La Ronde back with it. Up top. Wide open shot. That save's made. Oh, it was almost a chance for Beaumont. Ends up a little interference, kind of a pick play up towards the blue line on the far wall. Beaumont will get possession down in Blizzard territory. Shot on, save easily made by Sceniak, and he'll float it up as Beaumont player had to go for a change, broke his stick. That pass back didn't connect, and LeBears will retreat to pick it up and now dart back in. He's got a head of steam right towards the net. Shot scores! And runs right into the goaltender, too. That'll draw some attention. The goal will stand for LeBears, but I think the bigger concern right now for the Blizzard is he's looking a little hobbled, headed back to the bench. Going to be a penalty on the play. So Jackson Weatherby, the guilty party, like maybe a check from behind on LeBears into his own goaltender. Winnipeg leads 2-0 here, 9 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in period number 1. And not only with a 2-0 lead, the Blizzard are going to head to a power play now as well. Angus looking for a little clarification from the official, relays it back to his bench. And correct myself, they're ruling it a 4-minute penalty for the check from behind. And great opportunity for the Blizzard to get themselves way out in front. They did this yesterday morning against Edmonton too. Capitalized early and often. Edmonton fought their way back into the game, it being a 5-5 tie, but then that was pretty much all she wrote for the Warriors, at least in that matchup, as final score ended up being 17-13, but at one point it was 16-8. Officials making sure everybody's on the same page. They say they are, so they'll drop it, and they've now changed the penalty back to 2 minutes on the clock. Might sound like I'm flip-flopping and unsure of what's going on. That's only because I am. Just doing my best to relay the information as I can perceive it from up here above the penalty box. Beaumont controls off the face-off, though short-handed. It'll roll in pretty harmlessly towards Sceniak. He'll survey, look for a pass. Thought about stretching it out, but instead he'll just dump it off to his right-hand side, and Blizzard power play will look to go to work. De La Ronde down low to the near corner. Gets it back up top. Kluchuk in the middle. Working the perimeter very well. Looking to draw a defender out of position. Kluchuk will step into one. Save made. Good shoulder save there by the Beaumont netminder. Hard step to the outside. It's Taryn Hutchings on the PK. Turns it over, though, and they'll retreat. First minute of the power play gone. De La Ronde gets it right back at the top of the setup. He plays catch with now 3 different teammates. That shot scores! De La Ronde gave a pass to 3 different teammates before eventually throwing it back to Jackson Kluchuk, and from that range, he doesn't miss very often. 49 goals in the regular season, already 8 more through the playoffs so far, including 2 games here at Larry Bishop. As deadly of a player as there is in the Rocky Mountain Lacrosse League, and he increases Winnipeg's lead to 3-0 on the power play. 8:14 left here in the first period. Opening face-off ruled infraction on it. It'll be Blizzard ball. Now De La Ronde with it up the far side. Long shot. Look like he might have been trying to fool Beaumont. Not everybody knew he had the ball, but now the pass comes backdoor. That shot save made. Beaumont recovers the rebound, though, and they'll come back out. Haven't had much in terms of sustained zone time. This drive to the net, though, save made by Senia. Good arm stop there. Foiling Hunter Sika's attempt. Let's come back once more. There's Kluchuk with it. Throws it way back towards his bench. Picked up by De La Ronde. Now to Angus. Well, Angus, he's got a lane. He shoots. That one off target. Shot clock about to expire as he take a swing at it, trying to at least put the ball back on the other side of center. No luck doing it. It's picked up by Connor Turner now for the Outlaws. Turner steps in the middle, goes over to the far side. Ball worked up top. Or it looks like we have a temporary technical difficulty. Oh, for a short minute here, just be a radio broadcast of the game as we look to get a camera technical issue sorted out. Still just fighting a few camera issues here, so our apologies to everybody viewing. We appreciate you, first of all, tuning in, and now secondly with your patience as we work through it. Shot on net there by the Outlaws' Ben Hobday, but Seniak with the answer took that one right in the chest plate. Now De La Ronde will pick it up, and he works into the Beaumont zone. He'll step into the middle, now throw it over here to the near point. Angus right inside, he scores! Will Angus picked up the bouncing ball right at the right-hand side of Caleb Dorland. Tucked it underneath his left arm. Winnipeg with another marker. Looks like we've got our camera feed back up and running. just in time to miss Winnipeg's most recent goal. They lead 4-0 down to the last 5.5 minutes of the first period. Will Angus, the trigger man there as he turned the ball over and then tucked it. A little underhand swoop shot from in close on Caleb Dorland. Angus's second marker of the game already, and the Blizzard want more. There's a big shot down in the corner, turns the ball over. Steps into the middle of that shot. Ooh. Took a bit of a weird hop or off a body or something and nearly fooled Dorland, but he recovers, hands it off to a teammate. Beaumont looks to make some changes there. Tompkins will pick it up. Cross center. Now sling it down into the corner. Mishandled at first, but now picked back up. Obday tries to step around his man and pass back door, but nobody home. Now Kai Lee has it out of the corner now. He's been a little on the invisible side, at least through the first 25 minutes here this morning. Kai Lee, the leading scorer for Beaumont all season long. Another hobbled Blizzard player makes their way to the bench. So that one might be Wyatt Hofer. But the Blizzard back on offense now. Banuk throws it over to the far side. That shot gets faked. Ducks underneath the check. Spins and shoots. That one might have been off the post. Official indicating that was in fact on target. So despite the buzzer going off, they will maintain possession. Banuk comes back in again over here to the near post. Shot. That one missed wide. Gets it back here on the near side. Spinning shot. Weakly dribbles to low and left of the goaltender, Dorland. Goaltender Dorland having some words with the official. Not sure what about. A few cat calls from the gallery up here in Ken Nickel Arena as well. De Laurent fights through a check. Pitches it way over to the far side. Hard step in the middle by De Laurent. He gets it back. That shot, save made Dorland to the left leg. Xander De Laurent has it. Now will make the pass. Kluchuk shimmy shakes right inside. Save made. Winnipeg recovers again. Ball was there for Beaumont to scoop up, but they can't take advantage. De Laurent with it right up top. Closely guarded. Gave it to Banuk, who then threw it back over to Kluchuk. Kluchuk trying to find a lane down to the final dozen seconds on the shot clock. Shot whistles wide. Seth De Laurent over here to Banuk. That shot gets blocked. And now Blizzard will retreat. Get their defensive unit on there as the shot clock was about to expire anyway. Picked up by Eric Long. Beaumont comes in. Long with it. He hands it off. The team captain Hobday, his pass over the far side. Off its target, and it'll be Blizzard ball once again. Beaumont in a big hole early here. And from what we've seen to this first period, they're going to need to make some serious adjustments if they want to keep themselves in this game. There's a big check. See if that can turn their fortunes. Zach Tinley got stood up as he stretched upwards for a ball. Oh, now we're going to get a little few extracurriculars here. Players are involved. That was a white sweater draped all over the Winnipeg player. And Ty Cook, the Beaumont player that seemed to lose his cool for a second there. Zach Tinley, the one who been on the receiving end of that big check. He was on the bottom of that pile. Both of them will sit down for at least a couple. Give the officials a moment here to work things out. 2 minutes and 4 seconds left in the first period. take this opportunity to once again thank everybody for watching and tuning in, not only today, not only this weekend, but all season long on CROW LAX TV. Your coverage for North Division Junior B Tier 1 Lacrosse. All summer long, all playoffs long, and now culminating here at the Provincial Championship, hosted by these Beaumont Outlaws. Be sure to hit that subscribe button on CROW LAX TV on YouTube so you do not miss it when we go live for games the rest of this weekend into next year. Broadcast only going to get bigger and better as we expand the platform, get more people involved. Decision has been made. It's going to be Beaumont ball. Four-on-four action is going to be the verdict, but there will be a Blizzard power play after 2 minutes have expired here. So with only 2:04 left on the period clock, looks like it should probably be just about a full 2 minutes to start the second on the power play for the Blizz. Hobday still trying to get some justification for the decision out of the official here just in front of the Winnipeg bench. Hobday looks like he's going to be the one starting things off. Up at the center of the floor. 4-on-4 for the time being here to wrap up the period. All right, Hobday starts off. He'll throw it out to the far wing. Right into the middle. Man was open but couldn't handle the pass. A little extra physical element already evident after that scuffle that we just saw between Tinley and Cook. Few extra cross-checks and shots given pretty much between every player. Will Angus comes in now. Comes in with a little bit of speed. He'll pull up right to the half wall. I'll cycle into the middle. Still with it is Angus. Hands it off. Now a shot. I got partially blocked and went wide. Beaumont right in front of their own net. Now walking into Blizzard territory on the far wall. Shot there goes wide. Recovered by the Blizz, and that breakout pass missed, and now it's going to be turned over back the other way. Marcus Hildebrand was the one with the original chance and then forced the issue to cause the turnover. Ball bounces around a few times and ends up down in towards the Beaumont net. But no pressure. Beaumont will break it back out. Here's Hobday. He gives it over to the far side. Fighting in there was Justice Cutler. Battled through a couple checks. Oh, another big check over at the far wall. He went down hard. Meanwhile, back where the ball is, Blizzard with a chance. Open man here in the near wing. Final dozen seconds of the first period. LeBerge will pick it up right off the bench. He'll step into one. That shot finds nothing but the boards behind the net. 5.5 seconds. Beaumont's going to get the ball in Winnipeg territory, see if they can make something happen. Hard push to the net. That shot, and then not much of an effort to avoid contact with the goaltender there. It was the Beaumont player driving, and a few extra shots given now. Little extra fire in everybody's blood here on a Sunday morning. And it looks like somebody's going to get a misconduct out of it. Parker Lee sits down. He's the one that got the misconduct, if I'm not mistaken. And Ben Hobday also steps into the box. Merely a formality here, as we're only under a second left. Yesterday's morning's game between the Warriors and the Blizzard pretty much went the entirety without incident. Very few power plays even in the game, but far different story this time around as the Blizzard are playing their third game in less than 24 hours after what was obviously a lengthy bus ride all the way from Manitoba. Fatigue not appearing to be a factor, though, as they are 2-0, as I mentioned off the top. Looking to reserve themselves a spot in the gold medal game on Monday. So 2 minutes aside, he's thrown up, and that shot to round out the period is on target, but easily handled by Seniak. In the books here from the Ken Nickel Arena in Beaumont for the 2023 Larry Bishop Memorial Tournament. Winnipeg leading 4-0 after one. We'll be back in just under 10 minutes' time for the rest of the Sunday morning action. Welcome you back inside the Ken Nickel Arena here from Beaumont, Alberta for the 2023 Larry Bishop Memorial Tournament. Provincial Championship for Junior B Tier 1 Lacrosse here across the prairies. This morning's affair between the Winnipeg Blizzard, holding a 2-0 record coming into this match, and the Beaumont Outlaws. 1-1, the host team. We're going to do right by their fans and keep themselves alive. 2 losses will make it pretty difficult to get to gold medal game on Sunday. But with that being said, this tournament has had no shortage of surprises thus far. Coming into after Friday night and Saturday action, Edmonton 2-1 record. Red Deer the only team seemingly out of it at this point with an 0-3. Everyone else still alive. The Blizzard surprising the Warriors yesterday morning with an offensive shellacking, 17-13 the final there. Going to start off the second period with a little bit of a mismatch on the numbers. We have 4-on-3 power play for Beaumont. Couple misconducts handed out towards the end of that period. And that power play was short-lived, as Lane Wedman whistled down right up the face-off. And he's going to get a 5-minute penalty for that. I didn't even quite catch what it was. Either way, it's Blizz ball. 5 seconds in. And we're going to be shorthanded, a little 3-on-3 action for the foreseeable future here. Here's Kluchuk with it. He tries to spin around the defender. And I'll throw it back to the point. That shot, save made by Dorland. Three-on-3 action rolls on here. Still a full minute 10 of it before we shift to 4-on-4. LeBurge couldn't handle that pass, and Beaumont back the other way. Right in tight, they score! Sika took it the full length of the floor, looked off his teammate on the 2-on-1 and buries it over the right shoulder of Cooper Seniak. Beaumont's on the board. Three-on-3 goal is how that one will go down for Beaumont. They control this draw now. Back in another 2-on-1. Now Winnipeg will look to get that one back. They'll make some changes. Xander De La Ronde, fresh off the bench, picked that one up. Now threw it over to the far wall. Over here to Kluchuk now. Right back door. Pass missed. Beaumont with a little bit of a possession here. That shot missed, though, and they regain it. Shot clock winding down. See if they can get another chance on. It's Cook. Pardon me, that was Justice inside trying to spin and shoot, but Justice Cutler couldn't quite make the connection. Now 4-on-4 action as a set of penalties expired. That shot, save made And another couple guys tied up just in front of the Beaumont net. An extra shot maybe given there by Hobday, but officials say play on. Here comes Beaumont. Hobday pulls up, feeds into the middle. That shot off the right hand of Sceniak, collected by his teammates, and Winnipeg will come back the other way. Kluchuk trade some words with Xander De Laurent, maybe about how they want to get things set up here. Now here's Zach LeBerge with it. Back up top to Kluchuk. LeBerge over to the far point. Sidearm shot, save made by Dorland. Rebounds there. That shot attempt got blocked. Kluchuk was the trigger man. Now a shorthanded chance. And he scores! Jacob Goudreau turned on the Jets there to run past the Winnipeg player and finishes in close to close the gap to 2. Face-off controlled by Winnipeg. Shorthanded goal by Beaumont. They remain on the penalty kill for another minute and a half. 16:23 left in the middle frame. Kluchuk over here to LeBerge. They'll play a two-man game. Back to LeBerge once more. Now over to the far point. Backdoor pass. Had a man, but Beaumont defender got a stick on it. LeBerge tries it again to the back door. That shot, save made by Dorland, dropping to his knees to make it. Beaumont, little skyhook pass over to the far wall, right near center floor. Eric Long will post up and now plays it in the middle, but pass was no good and scooped up and back the other way. Come the Blizzard. Both teams make some wholesale changes. Hand it off to Kluchuk. LeBerge now with it. He gives it back and forth to the man down in the near corner. Now Kluchuk will do the same with the man at the far point. Kluchuk spins and shoots, and he scores. Clear lane from 25 feet out. He just blows that one right through Dorland. And Winnipeg has restored their 3-goal lead. Go down as a power play marker. But will not negate the power play because of the fact that that penalty, if we remember back to right at the start of the period, was a 5-minute major. So they'll maintain their man advantage. Angus picked that one up off the draw, throws it across the floor. This power play to get set up once again. 10 seconds left on the power play. LeBerge, he walks in. Deceiving pass to the back door. Found its man, but couldn't get the shot on net. Back to even strength here as Lane Wedman steps out of the box. He'll rush it in. Another goal from virtually the exact same spot, and it leaks through Dorland. .49 left to go in the second period, and it is back to a 4-goal game, 6-2 now in favor of Winnipeg. Beaumont looking to respond here. They get set up that pass. Right to the far post. Got the shot on net. They'll recover the rebound with a fresh 30. That shot did not hit the target, however. You can feel the urgency in Beaumont's game now, and continuing with some extra stuff here, coming back up the floor in transition. LeBerge, good fake. Now gets a step on the defender right in front. It's on net, but kicked away by Dorland. Luchuk, already with several tallies in this game, will just kind of harmlessly throw it in towards the net. Was hoping for maybe a streaking teammate, but nobody was there. Beaumont will come back the other way. Pass in here to Tompkins. That backdoor pass got the shot on. Now down in the near corner of the Beaumont zone. A couple players got tangled up. And they Blizzard score again. Pouring it on now just after Beaumont got themselves back into the game. 3 straight goals for the Blizzard, extend their lead to the biggest one they've had all morning. It's now 7-2. .13:02 left in the second period. Beaumont's got to try to stop the bleeding here. 3 straight goals of combination of maybe ones you'd like your goaltender to hang on to, and then just a total lapse in defensive coverage on that last one. Beaumont forces a turnover now. Hunter Sika comes back up. Shorthanded goal on the board for Sika this morning. That spinning shot, that'll miss on the short side. Rebound will bounce all the way back down to the Beaumont zone. Back and forth action here, but not much actually happening in it. Just a couple turnovers each way. But now come the Blizz in. That one-timer from the close side. Coming over to make the stop was Dorland. He had to be sharp there. Well-executed one-timer. Big contact in the middle of the floor. Got some jeers from the Winnipeg bench. No call, though, and the Blizzard come back into Beaumont's zone. Here's Angus with it. He'll swing way up high over the center red line, and now comes back in. Hard step in his head, and they score. Will Angus with a setup there, looping way up top, then coming back in, put his foot in the ground and dish the ball at the same time to wide open Ethan Banouk, who finishes. Eight to 2 now. Looking for more as they controlled the draw, but intercepting the pass was the Beaumont defender, and the Outlaws will step back in. Here's Sika. Sika will walk it all the way down towards the Winnipeg goal line. Now it looked to shoot. That shot didn't miss by much. Now another chance for the Blizz. However, they'll opt to defer on the odd man rush and make some changes instead. LeBerge here on the near side. Looked like he was going to shoot and thinks better of it. Throws it over the far side now. for options down into the far corner, jumping up for the loose ball, still bouncing around loose. Now collected by the blue jersey. It's Banuk. Banuk hard into the middle. That shot, save made. Tompkins arguing with the official. Looks like another penalty's been called. 2 minutes for a slash. And this certainly is not what Beaumont needs at this moment. Is this game's and the tournament as a whole starting to slip away from them, taking another penalty here. Just about halfway through regulation time, 10:48 left in the second period. Kluchuk will start things off, throws it down to De Laurent. He'll pitch it into the corner, now he gets it back. Up top to Kluchuk. Down to the far corner to LeBerge. De Laurent, Kluchuk. They'll try and trade spots. Set a screen, shot right on, save made by Dorland. Rebound collected and breakout underway. Beaumont already with one shorthanded goal. Maybe looking for another here. Be a great way to turn some of this momentum. Here's Sika, the scorer of that shorthanded goal. Good work by Beaumont here to eat some clock and maybe force a scoring chance out of it. That's about as good of a shift as you can ask for under the circumstances. Sika continuing to play a little bit of hero mode here in the best kind of way. Draws a penalty in the process. And anytime you can get Jackson Kluchuk off the floor for a couple minutes, that's always an extra bonus. 4-on-4 action for a minute 15. Shots reading 27-19 in favor of Winnipeg. Another penalty upcoming. It's going to go against Winnipeg. Another slashing call. A lot of penalties being doled out here. Maybe the official is making an attempt to quell some of the boiling frustrations. Carter all at the guilty party. It's going to be a 4-on-3 power play for Beaumont now. Kylie, top scorer for Beaumont. He'll start things off. Good over to Hobday. Now down low to the far corner. Hobday, or pardon me, that's Lee back with it right at the top of the setup. Right in tight, save made off the right shoulder of Seniak. Gonna stop on Greenwood there. Trying to direct some traffic. Far side Hobday. Back here to Greenwood, that shot. Was on target, save made. Now Winnipeg recovers though, and Tyrell Gray will control and try and eat some clock. He gets swallowed up by two white sweaters. Ball's loose right underneath him. He didn't know it. Chance for Beaumont. Breakaway in. Save made. Jacob Goudreau. Going to be a 5-on-3 now for Beaumont as they get their original penalty out of the box in the form of Brett Murray taking the floor, but he'll quickly head back off and swap out. Winnipeg player happy to eat as many seconds as they could there. Shot clock expired, and Beaumont will come back to their way with just about half a minute total left of 5-on-3 time. Looking for their options. Cutler, that shot. Save made by Seniak. Winnipeg strolls down below the Beaumont net, takes a good whack and manages to maintain possession. Wait for a couple more players to get in close and still evading all the checks. That's a great individual effort there by Zach Tinley. De La Ronde, he gets a shot on, and it's in! I don't even think De La Ronde thought he scored there, as the shot looked pretty much right into the breadbasket of Dorland. Somehow squeaks through. And the penalties had just expired, so it won't go down as a shorthanded goal, but a great individual effort by Zach Tinley is what set all that up. The timeout's going to be called here by Beaumont. The score has now scaled to 9-2. .47 left in the middle frame of first game on Sunday, day number 3 of the Larry Bishop Memorial, coming to you from the Ken Nickel Arena in Beaumont. The host team Outlaws on the ropes here. A second loss does not necessarily eliminate them from contention, I don't believe, if we dive into it all, but will make their likelihood of making it to the finals pretty slim. Beaumont losing to Edmonton in the opener on Friday and then beating Red Deer yesterday. Winnipeg with 2 games yesterday, beating both Edmonton and Calgary. 2 very different affairs there. High-scoring offensive outpouring from both sides in the Edmonton game, 17-13, and then a little more locked down, 5-4 the final from the evening game between the Shamrocks and the Blizzard. Ready to get back underway. Face off from the center dot. Good battle for it. Still loose, up for grabs. Officials letting him play here as the ball's loose. Collected by Peyton Cook. He'll spin back his own zone and then make a pass before heading to the bench. Beaumont maybe looks to put to practice some of the things just discussed during that timeout. Under the far corner, Hobday. Ball bounced away from him and now is bouncing right on top of Seniak. He'll float it up right outside the zone. Blizzard getting set up again. Last couple changes made for their units. Kluchuk has it right in front of the Blizzard bench. He throws it down low. Back up to the far point. Back into the middle again. Shot right on. Save made by Dorland. Little extra shot there. At this point, you would think Beaumont would want to be staying out of some of this extra stuff, but remaining undisciplined here. Looks like cross-check's going to be the call on Ty Cook. He's already had several trips to the box. Power play will head back to work. Will Angus going to be the man starting it off at the center dot. If Winnipeg can keep pouring it on here, this game has a chance to get ugly, not only as it already is on the scoreboard, but possibly beyond that on the floor itself. Winnipeg moving the ball quick. Kluchuk will come and shoot, and shot got on, save made. Rebound will bounce all the way back into Winnipeg territory, picked up by De La Ronde. Thrown up to Angus, and he'll set up again. Angus here to Kluchuk. He's got had a lane, but shifts it off. Another save made by Dorland. Here's a breakaway chance for Beaumont. It's Cutler. He's in, save made by Seniak. And penalties called as well. Check in the back, perhaps. Cross-checking, I believe, the call on Kluchuk. Some more 4-on-4 action, and a lot of open floor throughout the game as both teams have had a pretty steady stream to the penalty box. Eric Green was going to start things off for the Outlaws. He throws it over to the far point. That shot in, missed the net. Beaumont scoops it up. Possible odd man rush here for him. Or pardon me, Winnipeg. Beaumont on the defensive. Yes, Tyrell Gray, he'll elect just to spin off towards the far boards and wait for changes. And now head to the bench himself after giving the ball to Fielding. Fielding makes the pass over to the far side. Gets it back up near the top of the zone. Hands it off again. Sidearm shot there, missed, and shot clock's going to expire as Fielding made a pretty half-hearted effort to try and last second get that on net, but missed net by about 30 feet. Outlaws back in looking to get something going. That pass misses. Regathered, though, by Lee. Hillspin gets around the defender there. That shot tried to go between the wickets of Seniak, but he had the stick there to make the save. Winnipeg happy to sit here and mow some clock as they're now on the penalty kill. Final 4 seconds of the shot clock. Now a drive to the net. Going to come up late, though. And down to the final 24 seconds of this power play for Beaumont. They start out to look to try and take advantage. Cook will hand it off to Greenwood. Now back to Lee. Greenwood again with it. Him and Lee play a two-man game. Now behind the net. Top to Lee. That shot. Save made by Seniak. Play over. Kluchuk rejoins the fray. And they score! Tompkins, he's been in the middle of a lot of the exchanges of cross-checks and shoves between the two teams. A couple penalties to show for it. He's on the score sheet a different way now with a goal to close the gap to 9-3. Won't go down as a power play goal because, as I said, Kluchuk had just come out of the box, but couldn't quite get back in it to interrupt that scoring chance. Beaumont back again, and the backdoor pass couldn't get handled. But they're going to head back to the power play. And just announced inside Ken Nickel. I'd missed it myself, but the Outlaws have made a goaltending change. Caleb Dorland's going to take a seat, replaced by Jurka Zadrasil. 758 save percentage on the regular season. Take that for what it's worth, as some of the stat tracking on the goaltender side of things isn't always the most accurate, but either way, Beaumont back on the power play. Pass up to Lee. It was in his feet, and he couldn't find it. Winnipeg back with a shorthanded chance. In close. Runs it into the corner. Takes a few shots. That's Carter Ullett. He's had a strong defensive game. Oh, once again, Winnipeg just happy to Watch the seconds tick down on the shot clock and then basically just defer as they're killing off the penalty here. Already 20, or a minute 15, pardon me, only remaining for this Beaumont power play. 2:42 left in the period. Lee with it. He'll get it right back. Little pitch and catch action from the far point. That shot gets blocked. Scenic tries to step out of his crease to make a play on the ball. Getting interrupted. Oh, it's loose in his feet. Nearly kicked it into his own net there, but bailed out by his defenseman. Final 41 seconds of the power play. Winnipeg in possession down in Beaumont territory. Short-handed, he's got a lane to the net. That shot, save made. Zadrusil now steps out trying to throw a pick. Beaumont back in. Last-ditch effort here on the power play, most likely. 13 seconds on the shot clock, 15 on the penalty. Kai Lee will step off the bench and receive it up at the top of the setup. Steps in, fake the shot, the pass went behind the net. That one did go towards the net, but left of it. Shot clock will expire, and now the penalty does as well. Gray will step back on the floor. We're back to even strength with Winnipeg controlling. Will Angus, long circle up towards the center of the floor. He likes doing that. Gets the looks he wants from there. Surveys, now steps into the middle. Passes off to the far side. Oh, big check right in front of the net. Duke missed the pass and was maybe looking behind him a little bit, and the Beaumont defender stepped into him hard. Final minute, period number 2. Blizzard getting set up. De La Ronde had it up top. Now over here to the near point. It's Fielding. He'll make a hard step around to the outside. Gets the shot in. Save made by Zadrusil. Now he looks to stretch the floor. Pass kind of hooked up in his net and now whistled down. Penalty called. I said both guys are going to go. Both Logan Chabluk for a slash and didn't quite catch the number of the Beaumont player that went into the box, but four aside here for the final 31.9 seconds of this period, and then the first just under a minute and a half of the third. A Beaumont ball, or pardon me, Winnipeg ball. Timeout called here is both Banuk and Tompkins meeting with the officials at the center dot to figure out what exactly the decision is, and official making himself very clear that it will be Winnipeg ball. Going to be only less than 2 seconds separating shot clock and the game clock here. 9-3 the score inside Ken Nickel Arena. Brandon Douglas with you. Mohamed Jomo alongside. Just 2 members of the extensive crew, a part of CROW LAX TV. Happy to bring you all the coverage. Larry Bishop Memorial Tournament this weekend, just like we have all summer long. If you enjoy what we're doing, please hit that subscribe button. You won't miss any of the action. You get a notification every time we go live for Rocky Mountain Lacrosse League games. Out is over. Xander De La Ronde going to start things off for Winnipeg. This is Jared Rogalski, the guilty party for Beaumont, sitting in the box opposite Logan Chabluk, but Winnipeg with more pressing issues here is looking to get another one on the board before the period's out. Kluchuk right in tight. Off the left shoulder, save made. Now more cross checks back and forth, this time between LeBerge and Cook. Cook been in the middle of almost everything. Looks like Cook's going to get a penalty now. Oh, LeBerge will too. I tell you what, I don't envy these players with all this 4-on-4 and 3-on-3 action. That's a lot of floor out there to cover with only 3 men aside. Got exhausting, but guys have trained all summer long and likely well before that to be in tip-top shape here as they chase down a provincial title. Just under 13 and a half seconds left to go on the clock here. Gonna be Beaumont ball. And looks like we're ready to start things up again. Official's gonna hand the ball off to Ben Hobday. That shot right on. Scenic thought it went through him, but it spins out the other side. Expires now, more extracurriculars down in the corner. Pushing and shoving. This game's had an edge to it all morning long. Jawing back and forth. Tompkins and Turner, the two Beaumont players in the middle of the fray that time. See if there might be some penalties handed out at the end here. Very well might be, but we will try and get everything sorted out to give you some clarification on it for the start of the third period. Either way, there's going to be plenty of individuals sitting in the penalty box for several minutes to start period number 3. For CROW LAX TV, we'll be back in just another 10 minutes time to bring you the final period this morning between the Beaumont Outlaws and the Winnipeg Blizzard. Welcome back to Sunday morning action at the Larry Bishop Memorial Tournament inside the Ken Nickel Arena, Beaumont, Alberta. Brandon Douglas with you. Mohamed Joma alongside. Ready for third period action here between the Winnipeg Blizzard and the host Beaumont Outlaws. Winnipeg leading 9-3. And plenty of penalty issues to sort out at the end of that period. Officials still in the process of doing so. Couple blue jerseys in the box right below us and one Beaumont player at the moment. I think there should be at least one more joining him. As far as I know, every penalty called has been a coincidental up to this point. On the score clock, we have matching timestamps on each side of 1:29 and 1:47 remaining on the penalties. That's an indication. Should be 3-on-3 action for, well, a full 1:29. Like I said just before we stepped out for the intermission, that is a lot of open space and a lot of running for these players. First game of the day, but Blizzard played 2 games yesterday after their extensive bus ride in from Manitoba. We'll see if fatigue might start to play a factor here. Ball's down and we're underway here for the final frame of the first game on day number 3 of the Larry Bishop Provincial Championship Tournament. Long drawn out draw ends up deep in Blizzard territory, and Beaumont have possession, but they misfire on the pass and have to start over down in their own zone. And change is made. Only a dozen shots on the seconds, on the shot clock to work with. Shimmy shake by Tompkins down in the corner, trying to get away from a defender. Shot is not on target before the clock expires. Be a turnover and Blizzard ball. Xander De La Ronde start things off for Winnipeg. Over there with Ethan Banouk, team captain for the Blizz. And over on the far side, leading scorer Jackson Kluchuk. He shoots. That hits somebody, and that stings that Beaumont player. Jackson Weatherby on the receiving end of that Kluchuk blast. Jirka Zadrazil picked that up behind the net. The goaltender, he replaced Caleb Dorland over halfway through that middle frame. Beaumont back to work. Final 10 seconds of 3-on-3 action. They'll step out, would be 4-on-4. Here's Hobley with it. Right in the slot. Greenwood. That shot goes in. Got in behind. Seniuk and was out before he could even blink an eye. Beaumont first on the board here in period number 3, and they've closed the gap to 5. Goes down as an even strength goal, but 3-on-3 in nature. Is there 1 second left in the penalties as both Logan Chabluk and I believe Ty Cook are set to rejoin the play here pretty much as soon as the ball gets dropped. Less than a minute and a half into the third period, Beaumont capitalizes. Another tied up draw collected by Beaumont, and they come back in, and it was actually Jared Rogalski that rejoined. Cook still remains in the penalty box for Beaumont. Now here's a shot, going to be a turnover. Weatherby drawn an assist on that last Beaumont goal. Who was the one that had that big shot block on Kluchuk. Winnipeg looking to answer right back. Got it in tight and a good save made by Zadrazil. Still going to be Blizz ball. They play it back up top, and De La Ronde has it now. Back to 5 aside. Ball now in the cradle of Logan Chabluk, and he'd played it off. That shot went wide, collected by Zach LeBerge. He'll sling it way up into the netting here in the near corner down in the Beaumont zone. Picked up and crossing center red now is the Beaumont player with it. I believe that's Hunter Sika. Over here to the knee side to Cutler. Cutler comes in. That shot goes over the net. Tompkins, big number 88 with it. Hobday shoots, he scores! Clear lane to the net, and he just beat Senia clean. Little twisted wrister action. Nine to 5 now. Is we saw a similar story yesterday morning in the Edmonton and Winnipeg game. Winnipeg out to a big lead, and then some defensive lapses, some goaltending issues gave Edmonton a chance to get back in the game. Winnipeg rebounded nicely in the second half of that third period and won handily, but still seeing a bit of a pattern emerge here. Beaumont's back on the attack again. They're hungry. They're feeling it. Pass misses the mark down in the corner. Greenwood couldn't handle it, and now the ball's loose. 3-on-3 battle in the corner. Shot clock's going to expire on Beaumont. Blizzard will scoop it up and start off from inside their own zone. Hand it off here to Seth De La Ronde. He waits for his teammates to get into position. Up top to LeBerge. He shoots, he scores! From distance, that one had eyes. Couple moving parts right in front of Zadrazil. Not sure if he saw, but either way, restoring their 5-goal lead of the Blizzard. LeBerge, the second leading scorer for the Blizzard through the playoffs thus far. 4 games played, including their sweep of Regina, and then the first 2 games of the tournament, already 16 points collected, including a team leading 10 goals. He's already got a couple again today. Beaumont refusing to go away. They're back in again. Here's Hobday. Fighting inside his Cutler. He got the shot on, turned away by Seniak. Rebound collected in the far corner. Beaumont back with it again. Hard into the middle. That shot missed. It's Marcus Hildebrand, number 22 with those neon shoes. He's been a factor in this game. There's Tyrell Gray. One of a few players that have been stand out defensively. Right in tight. I think that one was off the crossbar. Xander De La Ronde had got in behind the Beaumont defense. A great pass found him. Couldn't finish, though, and Beaumont back on the attack. Working the ball across the top of the zone. Trying to fight inside his Greenwood. That shot might have been off the goaltender, I think, and then well out of play, so it's going to be Beaumont ball once more. We're here. Hobday, he shoots. Save made by Seniak. Got the leg out to stop that attempt. Here's LeBerge, most recent goal scorer for the Blizz. He'll bust in with some speed. Duck outside, swims to the middle, gets absolutely swarmed by 3 different Beaumont defenders. Turned it over, might have been a crease violation there, the cause of it. Beaumont will get a possession. Some fresh bodies on the floor for them. Trying to get this back to a 4-goal game. Backpedaling up top with it is CROW. Turnover, Winnipeg ball. Starting from right behind their own net are the Blizz. Thrown up to Will Angus. He's had a great game again this morning. Now wait for everybody to get into position. Trot in. When trying to get some pick set by his teammates, but no luck doing so, he goes the other way. That sharp angle shot turned away by Zadrsil. Battle for it down in the near corner. Checks throwing, ball's loose. Official's going to say Beaumont ball. Quick change is trying to be made to get the defensive unit out there for the Blizzard. Cutler with it over to the far half wall. Backdoor cut pass. Stepped in a little too tight to the goaltender, though, and it's going to be Winnipeg ball coming back out. Seth DeLaronde, number 15, just crosses center red. Delayed penalty. DeLaronde recognizes it. Directs his goaltender to head to the bench. It's going to be a 6-on-5. Banuk with it, team captain up top. He gets some screens moving and shot right on, but save made by Zadrsil. Not tricked by that 5-hole shot attempt. Peyton Cook going to head to the box. Looks like holding's the call. Another power play chance for the Winnipeg team. That's currently sitting on a comfortable 5-goal lead. 13-12 left to go in the third period. Another nice 50-50 pod announced here inside the Ken Nickel Arena. Great to see the support. Like Muhammad and I were saying at the intermission, feels a little weird to be playing lacrosse this early in the morning. But great to see the turnout by fans of both teams. A great contingency of players made their way from, or fans, pardon me, made their way from Manitoba. And of course the host, Beaumont. Big crowd over on their side of the Ken Nickel Arena here this morning. Now Beaumont on the penalty kill. They're able to stop the first rush attempt off the initial possession by Winnipeg, and now they'll happily eat some clock here. Time not on their side in terms of the overall scope of the game. Now here's Sika. He spins and shoots. He scores! Went off something out front. Might have been Hobday, might have been the Winnipeg defender. Either way, it bounces in behind Seniuk. And a second shorthanded goal for Beaumont pulls them back within 4. Face-off following the Outlaws' 6th goal. Big tie-up for it. And now able to come away with it is the Blizz. Xander DeLaronde will pitch it over to the far wall to Jackson Kluchuk. Power play unit gets onto the floor. Both DeLarondes, Ethan Banuk, Jackson Kluchuk, and Zach LaBerge. Kluchuk will work it from up top. Quarterbacking it. Door pass. Save made by Zadrsil. Banuk will collect it right at the top of the zone. Gives it over to DeLaronde. DeLaronde and LaBerge trade it down on the far wall. Now Kluchuk up top. Kluchuk again with it at the top. That long shot. Save made by Zadrsil. Xander DeLaronde on the left wing. And LaBerge shoots. Save again. Rebound there for Seth DeLaronde. Shot by Kluchuk to his knees to make that save with Zadrsil. That's a shooting range here. Penalties expired. Shot. That one missed and bounced out of play. Going to be Beaumont ball, weathering the storm there on that penalty kill where the Outlaws, mostly on the back of their goaltender, Jurka Zadrsil, making 4 or 5 good saves. keeping his team in it, at least for the time being. Still trailing by 4, though, is Beaumont. That backdoor pass missed everybody, a low percentage chance. Collected at the far point, though, and that shot gets on target. Beaumont doing a little bit of the momentum from that big penalty kill. Here's Hobday. Team captain backs away from the defender. Throws it up top. Long-range shot. That missed. Ball's loose. A breakaway chance here for Tinley. Tinley's in. He scores. Zach Tinley almost with more time than he knew what to do with. Plenty of moves made and gets it past Addersill over on the goaltender's left-hand side. The lead is again 5 goals. Next face-off controlled, but ruled an infraction off the face-off. Going to be Beaumont ball. Start things off, Connor Turner. That big 5'5" player. He'll make a dart into the lane. That shot by Sika went wide. Rebound all the way up top where Eric Tompkins will collect it. He'll hand it off. Sika again with it. Misses again. There's Hobday. He gets the rebound off the end board. Trying to fight to the middle. His shot misses. Bounces up out of play. And 3 decent scoring chances there for Beaumont. Missed the target with every one of them. And now a delayed penalty against Beaumont too. Just adding insult to injury here after that tough possession. 6 players out for Beaumont. Goaltender on the bench on the delayed penalty. Or pardon me, for Winnipeg. De La Ronde will have it. He gives it over there to Kluchuk on the far point. Back over here to the near side. De La Ronde will fake. Bounces it back to Kluchuk. And couldn't handle the bounce pass, and Beaumont will touch up to get a whistle. And Hunter Sika, the guilty party. I've said it several times, but maybe a little bit of frustration starting to show through for the Outlaws as Sika had a couple good looks there on that last possession for Beaumont and missed his target every time. Then takes a penalty in transition. Seth De La Ronde on the far wing. Kluchuk up top. Xander De La Ronde on the near side. They play catch a few times. Now over to Zach LeBerge. He cycles up to the top of the setup. A lot of movement here for the Blizzard. Kluchuk will spin away. Back to De La Ronde. Thought about going down to the near short side to Banuk, but opts to shoot instead, and a couple more saves for Zadrzil to add to his total. 4-3 shots on net, the total right now for Winnipeg. Beaumont had got it close within 4 or 5 shots, and now trailing by 10 in that category. Hobday floats it into the middle. Greenwood couldn't handle it, though, and it's another turnover for Beaumont. Back come the Blizz. They got this top unit back out there once again. First minute of the power play gone. Winnipeg getting set up. Kluchuk at the top. He'll give it back and forth with each of the De La Rondes. Now he shoots and scores. Making it look easy is Jackson Kluchuk. Top scorer in Tier 1 Junior B all season in the RMLL. He keeps pouring it on. Down to the final 8 minutes and 5 seconds this Sunday morning game, and writing maybe on the wall for Beaumont is I'm sure there won't be any quit from their players. They'll keep competing, but the lead now back to 6 and seemingly unable to stay out of penalty trouble. It certainly looks like a tall mountain to climb for the Outlaws. Face-off controlled by the Blizz, but then turned over. Hobday comes in with it. He'll backpedal into the corner, wait for reinforcements. gets them and thought he had a man cut to the back door, but elects to go up top instead. Turner with it, gives it down to the far corner. That pass missed. Loose ball picked up by the Blizz. That's Carter Ullett. Thought about moving the ball up. Will pull back and dish it off to Fielding. Fielding. Works up top. Over here to Angus. Angus had his lane drive, but didn't have his own. And now he'll cut into the net. Getting close. Crease violation called. Outlaws ball. And it off to Greenwood as Cook went for a change. Lots of movement here. Backdoor pass to Cutler, and his shot turned away by Seniak. Great pass, and able to get the shot away was Justice Cutler, but Seniak stood up to the task. Now Zach LeBerge start things off for this possession for Winnipeg. He'll run outside, backpedaling now. Fake. Tried to go cross floor. Turned over though now. Breakaway chance maybe. With some speed, here comes Sika. He comes in, save made by the right arm. Seniak turned that one away. And a good pass to get them back in transition as well. Could have had a couple white sweaters trapped deep. Well, Jackson Weatherby giving the business to Banuk. Continues to do so even after the ball's long gone. To the outside, LeBert scores. Squeaked that one through Zadrsil. Might have been on the short side. .5:58 left to go in the third period. 13-6 the score now in favor of Winnipeg. Some jawing taking place on the floor. Wonder if we might see some rough stuff here before this one's out. Draw controlled by Winnipeg, and Seth De Laurent has it. Assist on that last goal. He'll throw it up top to Will Angus. Angus loves to work from high in the zone here. Good move there to get to the inside. Walks in, tries to run right through that defender, but loses the ball in the process. Blizzard, after feeling good about themselves, one game left on their round-robin schedule up against the Red Deer Rampage, who currently hold an 0-3 record. Winnipeg will on their way to starting 3-0. Beaumont with that pass into the near corner, missed Cutler. Now Cutler gets physical down behind the net, but spinning off the check was the Beaumont player. With it. Delayed penalty again coming up against Beaumont. Banuk. Now getting up at the top of the zone is De Laurent. De Laurent over to Kluchuk. Kluchuk steps in hard over the top shot, and it's in. Capitalizing on the delayed penalty, the Blizzard tack on another one. And Kluchuk just having himself a field day. Scoring seemingly at will. Doesn't matter who's in the net. Caleb Dorland, bit of a rough go through the first half plus of this game, and Zadrsil now starting to leak things through as well. The lead is 8, 4:51 left on the clock. Beaumont came into this tournament as the notable underdogs, of course, finishing third in the North Division. Now here's all alone out front. That one stopped by Zadrazil. I think that was LaBerge who was all alone, nobody even in the same time zone as him. Now back to work goes Winnipeg again. They're not letting up at all. LaBerge, he shoots. That one might have got blocked. Loose ball run up towards mid-floor. On the back check, though, DeLaron scoops it and then sweeps it over to the far wall. Long-range shot easily handled by the goaltender. Shot clock was about to expire anyway. So Beaumont will kick things off. Marcus Hildebrand just now crossing center floor. He'll trot in, hand it off over to the far wall. Here's Hobday trying to get loose. Gets bowled over onto his backside by Tinley. Now ball right in front of the Winnipeg net was loose. Tinley scoops it up. He springs teammate. That's Wiley. He'll just pull up. And once again, get this electric Winnipeg offense back on the floor. The goals have come seemingly pretty easy, this Winnipeg team, but don't discount their defense either. This crew of Corbin Wiley, Tyrell Gray, Zach Tinley, they've been no slouches. Now that net side drive, nothing comes of it except an extra shove after the whistle by the Beaumont defender. It'll be Outlaws ball. Under 3 minutes to go here in the third period of first game on the docket today. Plenty more to come from the Ken Nickel Arena here in Beaumont. Home of the Larry Bishop Memorial Tournament here in 2023. Beaumont on the attack. A shot by Cutler, turned away by Scenic. Scenic will now throw it over to the far wall. And entering the final 2.5 minutes. Might just be a clock management situation now, trying to avoid anybody getting into any penalty trouble or worst case scenario suspension or injury situations for the Blizzard. Sidearm shot, loud off the leg pad of Zadrazil. Nika got tripped up there, but able to recover. His teammate helping him out there, Cook. Now Sika back with the ball again over on the far side. The net priest dive play by Sika right into the feet of Scenic. And official's going to give a quick call for a mop-up job right where Sika ended up landing in front of the goaltender. Minute 45 left. Take this opportunity to go over the remainder of the schedule today here on CROW LAX TV. Be sure to hit that subscribe. You'll get a notification whenever the game's ready to start. We go live for every game all weekend long, down to the back half of it. Following the conclusion of this morning's game, the South champion Calgary Shamrocks, they will be playing the Edmonton Warriors, champions out of the North. You saw them all year here on CROW LAX. That's going to go at noon, and then at 5, the Red Deer Rampage wrap up their schedule versus the Blizzard, who will be looking to go 4-0 as they don't absolutely implode here in the final minute 45, and then rounding up a round-robin play, the host Outlaws will play the Shamrocks tonight at 8. Every game here on CROW LAX TV. Mop-up duty done. Play resuming. Pass in tight, and they score. LaBerge at the far post of the net. He kind of leaned across and swung it around the goaltender. Great pass from up top. As LaBerge pots another one. Shots for Winnipeg have scaled up over 50 now, 51 on the board. Beaumont tried a couple different approaches, including switching their goaltender in the second period. Not having the desired effect as they trail by 9. And another face-off controlled by the Blizzard. And just announced in building, it was De La Ronde with that great pass from up high into LeBerge at the net side for that last goal. That top unit been deadly all weekend long so far and not looking like they're slowing down at all. Here's Banu Kildis one-handedly slop it down into the far corner as shot clock was expiring into the final minute inside Ken Nickel Arena. Beaumont with a possession. Might be their last of the game here. 20 left on the shot clock, 45 on the game clock. Here's Hobday with it. Beaumont collects it. Got a fresh shot clock. Pedaling in and out. Now gets a shot on off the toe of Seniuk and up into the netting, so it will still remain Beaumont ball. 21.5 seconds left to go. Hand it off to Cutler. He throws it up top to Lee. Kai Lee, leading scorer for Beaumont, hasn't had much of an impact in this game. Cutler battling through a check. He makes a move to the inside. Gets in tight. Save made Seniuk. Seconds tick down, and that'll do it. Day number 3 starting off the same way day number 2 did with a big Winnipeg Blizzard win. They moved to 3-0 and put themselves in very strong contention, if not locking up the opportunity to play in the gold medal game. Beaumont falling to 1-2. Beaumont will close out round robin play later tonight. The Blizzard will resume at 5 o'clock this afternoon against the Rampage. Next game on CROW LAX TV coming up here at noon. Going to be the Shamrocks versus the Warriors. Matchup of the North and South champions as both teams will collect in their ends and then line up for the traditional handshake. Take this chance on behalf of myself, Brandon Douglas, and Mohammed Joma alongside. They thank you for tuning in all weekend long, whether you're from all the way out in Manitoba watching your club off to a great start or right here in the capital region of Edmonton. We appreciate it. Please subscribe so you don't miss any more action the rest of the weekend and into next summer as we resume the schedule, the 2024 season. Final score from the Ken Nickel Arena in Beaumont, 15-6, Winnipeg over the Outlaws. Appreciate you tuning in. We'll see you back here again at 12 o'clock.